Hey, what's up, gang? It's the Commander Smiths, and it is our final budget upgrade videos for the Precons. This time we're working
Ahoy,
with...
Mateys.
Thank you, that's perfect. Working on Ahoy Mateys with a $20 budget. How does the $20 budget whole thing work here, Larry? What are we doing here?
All right, so Adam worked on this deck. He cut some cards. I'm assuming 10 to 12 range.
10! Fucking 10!
10. And then he's going to add in that amount of cards. He has to come in under $20, and he's going to make up wherever he got it from. The rules are, I thought that we had to look from Moxfield. Apparently, that's not it. So he's going to probably do very well here. This is a pirate-based deck. It is called Ahoy Mateys. What did the pirate deck do?
You always forget the last section. What's the last section of what we're gonna do?
I have no idea. Oh, the Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited.
Nobody cares about that. If you got
we
money,
do have people
then you're gonna have a bunch of staples, and you're gonna put them in here. I assume.
We'll point out some of the good staples to put in here, some that can help you out a little bit. So yeah, okay.
True.
Let's talk about this one. This one might be the most off our YouTube voting. This was by far, I think, only got like a handful of votes. Everything else was everybody wanted to make this, and you can kind of see why this deck is a little meh. It just felt like what they did was go, all right, there isn't a lot of pirates. We're just gonna shove them all in this deck, and that's the deck. Okay, we're gonna do some changes here because I'm gonna go a little bit of a spicy angle, I guess, in this. But Admiral Brass, Unsinkable. It's 2 black, blue, red. She's a human pirate. 3/3. When she enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. So you're milling yourself. Okay. But at the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may return a pirate creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. What that means is when it dies, it gets exiled instead of going to your graveyard. But then its base power is a 4/4, and it gains haste until end of turn. So the interesting thing about how they built this was they gave all these little pirates. I think they wanted to take advantage of these dying, and then you turn them into
them being bad and then bringing them back.
Right. So I guess what my angle is gonna be is
Storm Tamer is a good card. Yeah, that's a legit card.
How many pirates did I cut a lot of pirates?
You know what? I think you have a really good point though, that like pirates are basically that started in the first Ixalan, and then there's been a couple of sprinklings around, but it's not like dinosaurs where that showed up in Ice Age with Pygmy Allosaurus and stuff like that. Like this is pirates started 5 years ago. So there isn't a whole lot of base there.
So
that's where we're at.
I do have some like the pirates that you can add in besides one are Dockside, Ragavan. Like they're expensive.
No shit.
So
Mr.
those
Unlimited.
are in the Mr. Unlimited section, but I can't put it in the budget part. So we'll get to that in a second. Let's get to the ones that we cut here. So there's gonna be a lot of them in the beginning here of bad pirates. So one of them is Fathom Fleet Captain. When it attacks, if you control another pirate, you may pay 2, and then you get another 2/2 pirate with menace. Getting more of these doesn't help you really. You're trying to almost wanting them to die and then turn into 4/4. So paying another 2 mana and then getting a 2, it seems dumb. So I got rid of that one.
All right.
Another one is Captivating Crew. This one where you start getting a little higher with the mana cost. Well, I will say this. The deck itself has like a side steal other people's creature thing without really having...
Pirates?
Yes. Without really having a great way to sack them. Because that's really what you want to do is steal them, sack their creatures. It's kind of like a removal. But this is...
That's kind of true.
You're getting a bonus from this one, which I'll talk about in a little bit. It actually gets cut in this deck, by the way, because you're not doing that side. If this was the commander, sure, then you're stealing and getting all that stuff, but that's not. So Captivating Crew, you're tapping 4. You can steal opponent's creature. You can do it more than once, but you only do it as a sorcery, so it's just, If you had this as the commander again, I would do it. But since it's not the commander, I got rid of Dawn. Dawn is gone. But it would have been nice. Like I said, if it's the commander, sure. You can go that angle. But we're sticking with what commander we have. The next one is Corrosive Recruiter, I think is what it is. Oh, yeah. So again, it's another stealing whenever This or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste. It becomes a pirate in addition to its other
So you're
thing.
just kind of cutting a lot of the stealing.
Yeah. I got rid of that
thing
theme
going on.
completely.
Get rid of that
because it's
plan.
like, what if you don't have this guy out, the secondary hidden commander? It's just kind of bad, you know.
Okay.
Unless you have a good way of sacking. If you have a lot of sack outlets, which this deck doesn't really have that. So those are out. I think that's it for the pirates. This one I thought was the doubling the source. Is it triple? No, it's double.
Double.
I like that one. I know it's a little higher, but here's where when we get to what we add in, I'm doing self mill, like mass mill, not like mill. It's more of windfall effects. So I'm hoping that Angrath's Moderers get into your graveyard, and then you can just bring it back without even paying that.
I like that idea a lot more. This is better than Zapolta from the dinosaurs.
Definitely, yeah. So this has at least a way to get the cards back with all that stuff. Okay, so then the next one I got was Feed the Swarm. Again, you can see it's my little spot removal, but it's a sorcery spot removal. Destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose life equal to the permanent's mana value. Let's get rid of it. I like being able to use removal more than once. I also got rid of Rakdos Charm because it feels blah. You're exiling somebody's graveyard. I guess that kind of helps if I'm making everybody discard, but I'm not that concerned with that. And then it's really destroying an artifact. Yeah, let's get rid of that one. Lethal Scheme is my next one, which is I like this card.
I do too.
I just didn't want this in this deck. Again, it's my spot removal stuff. But it has the Convoke built in on it, and then you can destroy a Planeswalker. Each creature that converted also connives, which is really nice. But it's creature or Planeswalker, sorry.
That's why I thought you would like this in here because of the connive, being able to draw discard stuff.
I guess maybe we'll cut another land because one of my cuts is a land. So
we can just for the sake of the video, this is cut. But
it is a good card. I do like this card. But it would be good. Yes, you have a good point on that. I think I cut it before I went with I'm going to do windfall effects. So maybe this one goes back in there, cut another land, get rid of the land. You don't need them. Just kidding. You could probably find another one in there.
All right.
And then Icon of Icon of Ancestry. It's an Anthem effect.
But it's an Anthem effect. Why would you cut that?
It's a 3-drop Anthem effect.
Look, you're not going to survive against the vampires and merfolk with all their Anthem effects. This is just going to die.
You can tap 3 and tap it. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Then you can reveal any pirates that you have and put them in your hand. Put the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. So, bleh. Let's just get rid of that. There's better stuff than that. It's just garbage. And then I have cut a basic land. So that was maybe 2 if we want to put the other card back in there. So those are my cuts. Let's move into the adds for this deck. So again, like I mentioned, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a self-mill, everybody mill theme. Not self-mill. It's more of an everybody mill. I think that'd be kind of fun with this because then you can throw these guys out there and then start taking advantage of your cards going to the graveyard too. So first off, Dreamborn Muse. Love this card if you're ever doing any mill decks. And I'm going to be building another one in a little bit. Maybe I'll just build the pirate deck as my mill deck. But anytime at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts the top X cards where it's their total number of cards in their hand. So this is a way to get some of that stuff in there and then get those pirates back. You can dump.
You got to mill out that dinosaur deck real quick here.
The only official pirate that is in this is the Emberwild Captain, which I don't understand why this wasn't in there. It adds the Monarch, which is always a fun thing to add into the games. But it says whenever an opponent attacks you while you're the Monarch, this deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand. So it can be a little bit of a deterrent of somebody attacking you. I felt this one was a pretty interesting pirate. Didn't realize it was a pirate until I was searching up what pirates there were. There wasn't a lot to choose from, and that's why it's the only one. All right, Mesmeric Orb is another one. This one is when you're untapping your permanents, you'll mill that many cards, so you're self-milling. Everybody's milling. It's fun to do mill. This one's going to be fun in this deck. 1 ring to rule them all. So it comes in, it tempts you, the ring tempts you, so you get to make one of your creatures legendary and unblockable. Then each player mills cards equal to the ring bearer's power. So let's say it's the 4/4 that your commander's doing. Everybody's milling 4 cards. Then you destroy all non-legendary creatures. So it's kind of like a board wipe. But you keep your commander will be there, so you're getting your creatures in the graveyard. You're going to get 1 back after this resolves, if not 2, because you could make one of those your ring bearer as well. So destroy the board. You have 2 creatures, so that's nice. But then the third one is each opponent loses a life for each creature card in that player's graveyard. So if you're milling, if you're windfalling,
doing
if you're hitting the whole board. When this hits its 3rd saga spot, you're doing a lot of damage across the board. So it's each opponent. It won't do it to you. I think that's a fantastic card in there.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fun. Shadowkin it comes in at the beginning of your upkeep. Each player mills 3 cards. You may exile a creature card from among those cards. Mill this way. If you do, this becomes a copy of that. It's just taking advantage of.
Mill clone.
Yeah, little mill clone. Spark double. Why not have 2 captains? Then we can bring 2 creatures back and get double the fun. Sir Conrad, if you're dealing with anything that is leaving the graveyard, or the cool thing is you're dealing with mill, because it says when another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves the graveyard, this deals 1 damage to each opponent. So it's not just saying yours. It's everybody's. So if you do a windfall effect, or you're doing the mill, and they milled 3 creatures, well, all your opponents take 3 damage. So this one is and it also has the built-in tap 2, each player mills a card. So this one's kind of fun. I love Sir Conrad. Goes into so
I could
many
do some work
decks.
there.
And then we get into the wheel effects, because we already have windfall in the deck, so we have Wheel of Fate. It's kind of meh, but it's a wheel. It fits. It has suspend. You can do this really early. You get a wheel. You can kind of set things up. Wheel of Misfortune, always a fun card. We've been seeing this a lot more lately. You can set this up to, it's either going to do damage. It's going to do damage to somebody, and somebody's not going to get a refill of their hands. You're going to want your cards to go in the graveyard, get 7 new cards. So this one, you're going to want to stay in the middle of that. So this is just a good card. And then the last one is Whispering Madness. Each player discards their hand, so it does the windfall effect, then draws that many cards equal to the number of cards discarded, the highest number discarded, and then Cipher, so it goes on a creature, and if that creature deals combat damage, it does it again. So fun card to have in this deck, especially because it fits in the colors. Now, total.
I can dig all them cards.
Yeah,
I ain't mad about that.
Yeah, I think it make the pirate deck from going from a I just have pirates and playing pirates and I'll steal your stuff.
Give it a little bit of an angle.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit. It can be kind of fun to do play with the mill stuff.
I would appreciate like 1 or 2 anthems added in, but otherwise, I think it looks.
Son of a bee. Now we get in. Total amount was $18.99. So you have $1.
Nice.
And 1 penny if you wanted to buy something else. Cut another land. Let's keep that other card back in there. Now let's move into Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited.
Obviously, we're going to get Wheel of Fortune. If you have that kind of funds, you get that in there.
Yeah.
You have the Dockside that I talked about. We have the Ragavan that I talked about. But then I went with all the other cards. You notice they're all red here.
I noticed.
Yeah. What I wanted to do was doing the multiple attack triggers, because then you can get your commander to do it more than once. You go through your attacks, and then because it says, let me just double check on that while we're here, because it says at the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may return a pirate. So all these are giving you multiple attacks. So you'll be able to get 1 and then get 2. So each one of these, that's pretty much what we're doing here. So Aggravated, it's in play. It's an enchantment. Fury, you can exile 2 red cards to play this for free. It's a little high casting cost, but you get to untap all your creatures that attack this turn, and then you get another attack phase. Morog, he's up to $9 at this point. I think I saw him even for more. I mean, not more, around that price. We're looking at Card Kingdom prices. They're typically higher, and this is about where he's at, just because that secondary attack. Relentless Assault, again, Savage Beating, and Seize the Day. All of them have given you an additional attack. So that's the angle. If I were to build this deck and I had unlimited budget, I'd probably take out a few more of the bad vampires, vampires and then bad pirates.
I agree.
And
Gotta get rid of them vampires out of this deck.
So yeah, that's the Mr. Unlimited section. So
I dig it.
Yeah.
More attacks seems like sense to me.
Yeah, more attacks, mill everybody. That's the way you go with it. So all right. What do they got to do, Lowry?
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, share, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Write in the comments of, Adam, I really like that idea of just a compliment. Any compliment would be appreciated.
What other pirates are there? Maybe some good pirates. Tell me some good pirates.
Maskwood Nexus makes everything a good pirate.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get that out first, though. That's the only problem. But you're right.
You're right. We are talking about trying to make it a better deck, not necessarily just random ass cards. So, but if you enjoyed, share, like, subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it.
And make sure to watch the vampire video, the merfolk video, the dino video. Give those all a like, give those all a watch. That should do it, guys. We will see ya.
Bye.